So what's good, TMG fam, man? Welcome back to some more conspiracy theories and unexplained mysteries, man. Now listen, there's been a long-standing debate, controversial debate going on about hidden messages and subliminal messages. I know they were talking about them when I was a kid, and I know it extends further than that. And they're still talking about them. This video here is talking about the top 10 dark secret messages hidden inside toys. That is scary. Super scary, man. But before we get into the video, man, we got to unplug everybody from the Matrix. All right? So, real quick, hit the like button so we can get the video out and keep unplugging them from the Matrix. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. All right? Let's check this video out. Here we go.
In a world where there can be so much corruption, one thing we can rely on for sweetness, innocence, and good times is a toy. At least, that is what we want to believe. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another video. My name is Kennedy, and today on Most Amazing, we are taking a little trip down memory lane into the world of toys. But not just any toys, evil toys created to brainwash the young minds of the world. Do you think it could be possible? Let's count down the top 10 dark secret messages hidden inside toys to find out.
Why would they even want to do that, right? That's where you got to start at. Why try to get into the minds of young ones? Why that? Why they want to start you young? Understand that.
Starting us off at number 10, Baby Secret. Mattel, creator of Hot Wheels, Fisher-Price, and of course, the one and only Barbie, has been spearheading the world of toys for nearly 80 years. But it wasn't until a few years into their success when parents began to worry that one of their toys had stepped over the line. In 1965, Mattel proudly introduced a talking doll named Baby Secret, which to me already sounds like a bad idea. I mean, isn't the whole point that we're trying to teach young minds not to keep secrets, you know, for their safety and such? Well, apparently Mattel didn't quite think that part through. This doll liked to, as the name suggests, keep secrets with whoever she was playing with, and would whisper supremely creepy things like, "I like to sleep with you," and "hold me closer," into the ears of her impressionable owners.
Does that not sound like the Chucky doll? Does that not sound like Charles Lee Ray, who put himself into the Chucky doll? Maybe this is where the idea for the movie Chucky came from. Sounds eerily familiar, don't it? That's insane.
With, and would whisper supremely creepy things like, "I like to sleep with you," and "hold me closer," into the ears of her impressionable owners. Now, the argument here was that the baby was not only encouraging secret keeping, but was also just saying super creepy stuff, neither of which are great aspects in a toy. Coming in at number 9, Mommy to Be. On the subject of Mattel, there have been so many different Barbies over the years, it's hard to keep count. And while some are kick-ass dolls like President Barbie, Dr. Barbie, Computer Engineer Barbie, there have also been a few duds. One of these duds was actually not Barbie herself, but was called Midge and was advertised as being Barbie's best friend. However, the controversial part of it was that Midge was pregnant, and you could creepily detach her plastic bump to reveal a tiny plastic baby inside of her. I mean, just purely based off of imagery, I can understand why parents weren't ultra thrilled about this one.
What parent would buy that though? Or once they've seen it, not take it away? Like, I get it. Some people grew up with parents that were a little more relaxed than some other parents. I didn't have those. So I saw, like, my mom kept my niece, my brother's daughter, kept her, helped raise her. If she saw her with that, no, we're not doing that. What do you think this is? Like, stayed on her strict. Like, so what happened to the parents? Parents, you're supposed to be the buffer in between the craziness that your kid can get their stuff, the crazy stuff they can get their hands on. You're supposed to be the buffer in between that, fam. You see this type of stuff, you're like, whoa. Whoa. I grew up in the South, bro, as well as I was a hybrid in the South and the North. But in the South, they said, that's a little too big for your britches there, Holmes.
Feel a tiny plastic baby inside of her. I mean, just purely based off of imagery, I can understand why parents weren't ultra thrilled about this one. I have to admit, it's a wee bit creepy. The real issue that parents saw was not that she was pregnant per se, but that it seemed like she was promoting teen pregnancy, as originally she did not have a wedding ring on, so it was assumed she was not yet an adult. In fact, the controversy surrounding Midge became so bad that Mattel had to pull her off the shelves and completely revamp her entire backstory. As of 2013, Midge is simply Barbie's best friend. No husband, no kids, nothing. Coming in at number 8, Kid Connection. There are lots of different toys on the market that are advertised to help your little ones sleep soundly in their crib. But there is only one, or at least one that we know of, that was hiding a dark secret. For Christmas one year, the Skeleton family received a little plastic boat as a gift that would attach to the crib and play soothing ocean noises and music. The toy was made by a Walmart brand called Kid Connection, and it seemed like a lovely gift at first. However, while it was playing one day, the mother noticed a hypnotic voice coming from the toy that she claims sounded like it was saying, "I hate you." Now, that is certainly not the thing you expect to hear from a toy like that. The mom decided to take it back to Walmart thinking hers was defective and had some kind of glitch or something, but she soon found out she had not been the only one to complain. Turns out, they all said the very same thing. Walmart naturally pulled all the toys from the store, but never fully addressed the issue publicly. The main conspiracy is that since these toys were made outside the States, it was an attempt to manipulate young American minds into self-hatred to slowly defeat them one by one.
Okay, but how do they win in that situation? How do the toys, toy manufacturers, how do they win in this situation? I don't get that. A toy that spews words out, hateful words, hate speech, different things like that. How are you going to get repeat customers? Now, maybe it was a disgruntled employee that y'all were treating wrong and they decided to sabotage your business. I can more so see that, but I just don't see the win in you putting out a product like that. Now, if you don't mind losing, and this is just a one-shot deal for you, and your whole goal and angle is to do something as heinous as this, then mission accomplished. But you should also expect that that's going to be the end of the road for you. Ain't no company going to stand by and let you just sabotage them when they're putting your products on the shelves. No, it don't work like that. So I don't understand that one, but let's keep going.
Coming in at number 7, Elmo. In 2008, a young boy received an Elmo Knows Your Name doll as a gift from his mom. Now, I already feel like Elmo normally has a weird vibe, let alone one that is supposed to know my name. And in this case, not only did Elmo know the son's name, James, but apparently it verbally threatened him and repeatedly sang the phrase, "Kill James," over and over and over. Now, the thing about this doll is that it's supposed to have to be programmed to say and repeat phrases. But of course, no one in his family programmed that into the doll. It seemed to be doing it all on its own, and continued even after the mother changed the batteries. The mother didn't notice until she heard the boy saying the phrase himself, seemingly parroting his doll, and of course, she took it away immediately. Distraught, she called the manufacturer, and after the incident was investigated by Fisher-Price, the family received a voucher for a replacement. But still, it makes you wonder, who programmed it to say that and why? Next up at number 6, Little Miss No Name. Created in 1965.
Whoa. Are y'all seeing this doll? Is this the actual doll over her shoulder? Are y'all seeing this doll? I mean, this already screams like it's something wrong here. This is gonna be a problem. I don't want to come across this doll at night. No, this is already giving off bad signs.
6. Little Miss No Name. Created in 1965, Little Miss No Name, which was her actual name, was created by Hasbro as a sort of anti-Barbie, if you will. While Barbie was a millionaire with fabulous clothes and shoes, a picture-perfect dream house, a pink convertible, and so on, Little Miss No Name was a slightly larger, bug-eyed doll with nothing at all. And I mean that quite literally. She had no shoes, no accessories, and came dressed in nothing more than a burlap sack with a singular tear streaming down her face. Now, aside from the rather obvious creepy sadness that inherently surrounds this doll, the worst part was the message she came with on the box. Apparently, they said, "I need someone to love me. I'm so tired and cold. Please take me home with you and I will be yours to hold." You could also find a saying like, "I want to learn to play. Please take me home with you and brush my tears away." Now, I think the idea was that she was a girl in need of help and love and that you, the owner, could care for her. So while I think the heart was in the right place with this creation, parents weren't really sold on the message it was sending kids. It wasn't inspirational or independent, and it may have been an unhoused girl or maybe an orphan. I'll be honest, it's a little unclear, but either way, parents were not too thrilled with the message this one was sending to their kids. Coming in at number 5, Velcro Throw and Catch. I don't know about you guys, but I remember playing with these all the time when I was a kid. Basically, it's like a little disc covered in Velcro that comes with a tennis ball, and the idea is that the ball sticks to the catcher when you throw it. A classic, simple and innocent toy. At least for most people. For two brothers in the UK, it was quite the opposite. After playing together for the afternoon, they left the Velcro discs out in the backyard. But it just so happened that a heavy rainfall came pouring down shortly after that coincidentally allowed the Velcro to start peeling off the back. Now, as moms do, their mother noticed that the boys had left their toy out in the rain, so she went to go put them back where they belonged, only to find a disturbing image hidden underneath the Velcro backing. Underneath was a creepy image showing a boy who appears to be flinging his own feces, and the image was also labeled above saying S-head, which just seems so unnecessary. I mean,
What?
It's the fact that a company made this and got away with it. Like, what was the reason for hiding this imagery on a toy? Next up at number 4.
What? That don't even make sense to even, why even, and what's the odds of, that might be why they did it though. We might have just answered our own question. They probably figured nobody would ever see it. So they just started doing probably random things, possibly, allegedly, we don't know. But I don't understand that. Are these manufacturers bored? Is that a possibility? They're bored? What would make you, I don't know, man. Cause you know, like the child toy industry probably isn't an easy industry to break into, right? So when you have a product that becomes known, why jeopardize it?
Or Monstas. As you can probably tell just by looking at them, due to their giant eyes and fluffy bodies, these next toys, called Monstas, came from the same company as Beanie Babies. Ty. Now, at first you might be wondering what got these little guys banned. I mean, they seem innocent enough, their bug-eyedness is very adorable, and when you squeeze their little tummies, each plushie is meant to have its own unique saying. However, some of the toys may have had more innocent sayings than others. According to a few separate accounts, one of the things that they would say was, "I hide away with lots of jewelry that I stole," which parents complained encouraged their little ones to steal and lie about it. All of which is definitely not something to be promoting to a young person. However, as bad as that is, it was nothing compared to the worst saying. One of the toys apparently said, "Turn off the TV and punch the baby," or push the baby. To be fair, there was a bit of a debate about the specifics, but all in all, it seemed to be a violent message that was being portrayed, and so it caused quite an uproar. Coming in at number 3, Cuddle Coup. Released in 2008, the Little Mommy Cuddle Coup doll came into some serious controversy after it began to allegedly babble a few things that were not so innocent, along with the predictable babbles like goos, gaz, and mamas that this doll was advertised to say. The doll came under heat after some people claimed that it said Islam is the light, and parents accused the company of trying to coerce religious ideology onto their kids. Now, if this is what it's actually saying, that would—
I know that created an uproar. People don't play about you infringing on their children, number one, in any type of form, but definitely no religious or cult-like activity or anything like that. You trying to— no. I know that had to end badly for some company.
This ideology onto their kids. Now, if this is what it's actually saying, that would be wild. Is that what you guys hear too? I have to admit, I kind of hear it. However, that wasn't the only bit of controversy this doll saw prior to its ban. Other parents complained their Cuddle Coup doll said something along the lines of Satan is king. Now, once Satan comes into the mix, there's always the fear that we're actually dealing with some kind of demonic possession rather than a messed up hidden message, but who's to say? Really, either option would be just as terrible. Coming in at our number 2 spot, the evil stick. As far as straight up evil and deranged toys go, this is pretty much as bad as it gets. How this managed to get into stores is beyond me, but I'm just grateful that it got the hell out. Around 2014, this toy, accurately called the evil stick, was being sold at dollar stores all across America. Now, you would think that something labeled as evil might get a second check, but it's been theorized that people just thought it was some kind of translation error as the toy seemed to be made outside of the States. So, this toy was basically a pink wand resembling a handheld mirror with a flower-shaped design at the top of the handle, and it advertised that it would play beautiful music when you pressed the button on the handle. But boy, was that extremely false. In reality, when the button was pressed, an evil cackling laugh played as a sinister image flashed across the foil mirror bit. And when you peeled back the foil, it revealed a horrifying image that truly would have scarred any pair of young eyes. I for one know that if I had seen this as a kid, I would not have been sleeping that night.
And think about it. A lot of parents just buy the toy and hand it to their kids and go about their business. They don't check it. So this stuff could have went unnoticed in some families and some households. Probably did. Like, that's why I be saying, man, we gotta continue to get these videos out. Hit that like button, bro, so we can continue to get this out to people so they can see this stuff, so they can check their kids' toys. Cause again, a lot of people just hand it to them, say happy birthday, Merry Christmas, or I bought this for you, here you go. The kid runs off, plays with it. Parent never sees it again. This stuff is scary.
Eyes. I for one know that if I had seen this as a kid, I would not have been sleeping that night. The image behind the foil was a demonic looking girl hunched over with sharp teeth and bleeding red eyes. But most disturbingly, she was harming herself. To this day, no one knows exactly who was responsible for creating this hellish toy or how it got approved to be in stores, but some people out there believe it was a ploy to indoctrinate people into harming themselves by attempting to expose them and neutralize them to that kind of horrible imagery. I mean, top to bottom, this toy was just straight up evil. And last up in our number 1 spot today, the monster truck symbol. Now, there have been some evil toys on this list, but none of them hold a candle to how twisted and evil this last one is. One mother became an overnight sensation after she discovered that the small hot pink monster truck plushie she had bought her daughter at a monster truck rally was hiding the darkest message one could imagine. After some investigation, she discovered the small heart symbol on her daughter's new toy is called the Girl Lover logo, and it is apparently a secret symbol used by sickos who prey on girls. According to the FBI, it's mainly used amongst groups of people who are looking to distribute, trade, or acquire a certain kind of photography, which is absolutely horrifying. I mean, imagine thinking you're buying your kid a toy from a monster truck rally only to find out you've given her some kind of calling card for perverted adults. Now, thankfully, the toys were immediately pulled once it became clear what the symbol meant, and the company insists they had no clue the symbol meant that. But the real question was, how did that toy end up being sold there in the first place? Well, that's all I have for you today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video.
Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like things can't get overlooked by companies. Totally true. Things happen. It sucks because it still makes it back to you. Still gotta suffer from the heat, from the blowback, from all of the things that transpire from it. But things can be overlooked like that. You got me wanting to go look at, and I don't even have like little babies, but you got me wanting to make sure all my nieces and nephews, and I'm gonna call their parents and show them this video so they can see that stuff, so they can look at their kids' toys and investigate. They kind of like need to take a day out, go through all the kids' toys, research all the symbols, and do different things. You could be walking around with a toy that's a calling card for some evil person or group. We've all seen the movies. Remember Taken? When he took her daughter, what were they doing with her? That's what I think of when I hear about groups like that. This is crazy. Crazy. These are our kids' toys, man. Our kids, our future, fam. We're supposed to protect them at all costs, and it takes a village, so we all got to band together, man. Make sure, hit that like button. All right? It's crazy. Y'all stick around and stay tuned, man. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.